guys, so my name's Drew. I'm the founder of VB Agency. I've been in the OFM space now for the last 4 years. I've scaled up over 30 creators to make it more than $20,000 a month on their page. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking you through how to start an OF from scratch in 2026. So the first thing you need to start an OF from scratch is you need a niche. That can be anything based on your sort of hobby, what you like doing, what you're into basically. So in deciding your niche, essentially the main thing is it has to be unique and authentic to you. You can't just go around in 2026 copying other creators, and like replicating what they're doing, because that's not going to give you any sort of long-term success. So have a think about what you enjoy doing, what you like to do in your free time, what your skills are, what your hobbies are, sort of go down that kind of road. Once you've figured out a niche, what you need to do is you need to set up your OF page. With your OF page, the main thing you need is you need a good banner photo, you need a good profile photo, and you need a good bio that attracts subscribers and turns people from viewers into subscribers. So once you've got all that out of the way, you need to go ahead and start filming some reels. So when it comes to reels, to touch back on what I said earlier about niches, your niche needs to be something that you're good at or you enjoy doing. So say for example, it can be like cooking, right? You can film loads and loads of reels of you cooking, and this is something you can post on Instagram Reels, and TikTok. When it comes to niches, the main reason why I suggest going with something that you enjoy doing and something that you're skilled at is because, for one, it's not going to feel like work when you're doing it. It's going to be something you enjoy doing, so you can therefore go ahead and like create more content. After you've figured out your niche and you've got your OF set up, you need to then set up some Instagram profiles. What I'd recommend with Instagram is, if you already have a personal account, I recommend turning that into your OF account, and posting the link on there, as growing Instas from scratch is really, really hard and almost basically impossible in 2026 unless you get extremely lucky. So what I do is I just remove all of the content on your personal Instagram that's, not related to OF or can't be used for promotion of your OF. Once you've done this, you need to start batch filming reels, and you need to set out days every single week where you film a load of reels for the week based on ideas you've collected by looking at other people's Instagram profiles. So to come up with ideas, what I'd recommend is look at creators in a similar niche to you. So say you do cooking, find creators that also have reels in the cooking niche and look at what they're sort of doing, come up with your own ideas, and you want to be filming enough reels so that you can post 2 to 3 times a day. With these reels, you want to be posting them consistently on your Instagram every single day and not missing a day. And over time, what you should find with this is, as you start posting these reels, you should get more and more followers coming in. And the way to tell how your content's working and it's engaging with the audience is, even if you're getting like loads and loads of views, you need to be getting followers along with that. If you're getting millions of views or hundreds of thousands of views but you're not getting any extra followers, then basically what's happening is your videos are going viral but it's not converting, so you're not going to get many subscribers in. So what that in turn means is you need to switch niches if that's happening. But if you're getting loads and loads of followers from it, then basically you're set, your content's converting, and that's a good thing. Once you figured out that your content is converting and your following's starting to increase, what you then need to do is you need to focus on the actual OF side of things, So with OF, there's 2 focuses. There's the marketing and then there's the messaging. So once you've got the marketing all taken care of, you need to focus on the messaging. With the messaging, key thing here is building relationships with your subscribers. You need to be building long-term relationships with subscribers and making them feel as though they're not just being rinsed for their money and that you actually care about them. These subs, they ain't gonna spend much money unless they feel like they're being emotionally invested into. So you need to make sure you're taking care of that. In terms of content for the OF, I'd never post anything nude on the feed. You only want to be posting stuff that's, non-nude, bikini, teasing photos, and you want to be posting on the feed 1 to 2 times a day. And you also want to be sending out 4 mass messages a day to keep the subscribers engaged. Well, you can send a minimum of 2, I'd say, but up to 4. When you're sending out these mass messages, make sure they're messages that are enticing, make the sub curious. You don't want to be sending out messages saying how's your day going? It sounds really boring and bland, and most people ain't gonna reply to that. So that's what you need to do. Now, in terms of like the actual OF and like building relationships with the subs, what you want to be doing is taking an interest in their personal life, asking them questions about themselves, like where they're from, their family, their hobbies, what they like to get up to, this kind of stuff. And you want to be noting all this down. Mentioning it later in the conversations is actually going to help, you know, with like relationship building. It's good for like, you know, building relationship with the sub. Once you've done all that, you also want to sell in scripts to the subscribers. So what scripts are is it's live pieces of content that you can, you know, engage in sexting with a fan that makes it look like it's being taken in real time, but it's obviously all pre-recorded. So this is a really good way to make money. On top of this, you can, you know, make money through customs as well, which is custom videos for each sub depending on what they request from you. Yeah, that's another way to make really good money. And on top of this, you also need to be using voice note on your OF. This is another thing that's gonna, you know, showcase personality, really help you out, you know, in terms of like getting subs more emotionally invested and that kind of thing as well. Now, last but not least is OF Live. So with OF Live, we have a specific strategy we get our models to do, but basically what you want to do with the OF Live is you want to be doing them every 2 weeks, twice a month, and you want to set it up in a way where it's either like spin the wheel, people tip $20, $30 for each spin of the wheel, and every time they tip they can win something. We've had models generate £2,000 to £3,000 or $2,000 to $3,000 every single time they go live, you know, so that's something I'd definitely recommend for sure. And on top of this, one more point I'll touch on before I end the video is on socials. When you're posting stories, you want to be posting normal stories as well as stories with the OF link, you know, and you never want to have the link in the bio, only post it on stories, as it avoids your account getting suspended or shadow banned. Basically, on top of posting a link, you want to be posting normal stories, like, you know, if you're out and about, getting a coffee at the gym or whatever, you know, as this will help with your engagement, and it also makes the audience not feel like they're being sold to 24/7. That's a short video on how to start your OF from scratch in 2026. If you're interested in, you know, working with me, contact me on my Insta below. I'm going to link it in the description of this video. It'll also be somewhere like around here on the video too. I can give you a free audit of your page and give you some tips and tricks on how to grow. So yeah, let me know.